Salute to my brother GD, man. So I didn't realize I had my mic on mute. Salute to my brother GD, man. Salute to my man Stitzo 100. Salute to my man GD. Said Stitz on with it. Tank gonna murk that boy Ryan. Both of y'all brothers is drunk. I could tell it's a late night. Y'all brothers probably been drinking good, eating good, and now y'all delusional. Salute to my man GD. But you know what? I tell you what, man, today was an awesome day in boxing, man. We seen Joe Joyce get put to bed in a major way. I didn't even think that Japanese dude had a shot. But at the end of the day, man, that's boxing for you, man. You can see guys, man, that you never thought would win, get in the ring, stop somebody. You be like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. So it's just one of them things, man. When you watch boxing, man, you never know what could happen. You never know what you could see, man. So I'm loving that, man. My man GD said, "Hey, bro, I wish I was drunk." Yeah, poor man JJ. Hey, but you know what? Joe Joyce, man, showed a lot in that fight, man, because most guys would have quit getting beat to death like that. I mean, he was getting pounded. But when you think back on that fight, man, you can just say, you know what, the man showed a lot of heart. The kid came to fight. There was no quitting him. He did everything he was supposed to do. That referee was known to stop fights, early all the time. But hey, in this case, I think was a justified stoppage. You don't want to see somebody lose their vision, get an eye knocked out, because that big Chinese dude, that left hand was smashing him. I mean, he couldn't even do nothing about it. But I tell you this, man, we all been talking about this whole Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis fight. This is an excellent fight. I can't wait to see it. I can't stop talking about it. You keep seeing great fighter after great fighter, great commentary, tater after great commentator coming out saying, you know what? This kid Ryan's about to smash Tank. And it's like, you know what? At some point, man, we gotta trust the experts, bro. My man Regis Prograde just said the realest thing I never thought I would hear somebody say. He like, oh yeah, if Tank's such a big bad man, why in the world they got a rehydration clause? At the end of the day, man, Tank and Ryan are very similar in weight. At the end of the day, it's not like Ryan is some big 180 pounder coming down to 135. I'll tell you what, Timothy Bradley said something that I really agree with, bro. He was like, man, if I was Ryan Garcia, bro, I'm missing weight on purpose because I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna punish Tank. And that's what I would do, bro. He's gonna hurt Tank, man. Everybody be sitting here saying, oh, no, I don't see it. At the end of the day, you talking about somebody coming with a nice, strong piston like jab, resetting him, making Tank work off the back foot. Yes, we seen Tank work off the back foot with Esau Cruz. I wouldn't dare compare Esau Cruz and Ryan Garcia. That would be foolery. So even try to compare them cats, man. At the end of the day, man, going forward, you got to really call it what it is. That's some cowardice stuff, man. Your boy Tank want to put these imaginary walls on people. It's just stupid, man. Why in the world? Why in the world, if you're supposed to be the baddest dude in the world, you got a rehydration clause? At the end of the day, man, y'all cats is fighting at 136 anyway. So I mean, y'all gonna the most he gonna get up to is maybe what 146, 150. The thing is this, man. I'm just so tired of everybody talking about Tank and Tank gonna do this, Tank gonna do that. But at the end of sorry about my audio, yo. I'm doing one. I'm at my mom's crib, so it's not my normal quiet background. So forgive me, guys. Um, for the most part, the experts be right, but they be wrong too. You heard Regis Prograde get on there and say, "Man, that's a coward move. That's a punk move. It's total BS, man." I'm telling you, what Tank is doing is straight up BS, man. Why you got a rehydration clause on Ryan, but you ain't have one on Mario Barrios? Like I'm telling you guys, man, nobody want to keep it real. If it's their favorite fighter, he can do whatever he want, say what he want. It's no problem. But I'm telling you this: at the end of the day, man, this kid Tank is treating Ryan like he Godzilla, man, because some he see because he's never acted this way. He's never put these crazy clauses in. He's just doing one thing after the other. And it's just crazy because at the end of the day, bro, there's no reason for him to do this stuff. The stuff he doing, if he's such a great fighter, try yourself, man. Try your luck out. See what you can do. Don't sit here and make all these excuses. Tell me, oh, Ryan got to do this, Ryan got to do that. It's like, come on, bro. At some point, we got to stop lying and tell the truth, man. The dude Tank is scared. I don't know why he's scared. I mean, it's just showing it everywhere you look. You got to keep talking about how he gonna do this and do that. Come on, man. Ryan Garcia, you see how he looked in that workout? He didn't look the strongest. He didn't look the best in the workout. But guess what? When they get in the ring, I'm telling you what Timothy Bradley said. And I don't really care for Timothy Bradley. What Timothy Bradley said is very, very true. He should miss weight and do it and go ahead in there and just punish Tank. That's what I would do. That's what makes the most sense because there's no reason, man, for him to make the weight anyway. At the end of the day, they're not fighting for a belt or anything. This is more or less just to see who's the best. And I give both these young champions a lot of credit for doing this because they don't have to. They don't have to make the fight. They don't have to go out there and put it on the line, put their O's on the line because a lot of fighters won't do it. When the last time you seen Jaime Mugia in a tough fight? I haven't. When have you seen Jamal Charlo in a tough fight? You haven't. It's just you seen Boo Boo say he want Demetrius Andre say he want tough fights, but when has he been in one? He hasn't. So at the end of the day, man, you got to give these brothers both credit for going out there and making this tough fight because honestly, man, they could sit here and not have this fight, and we would be like, you know what? I don't know. I'll say this, man. Smash the like button for your boy BBO, man. Smash that like button for me, man. Wipe your feet before you come in. Ring my doorbell before you come in. I heard that from somebody. But I tell you this, man. That Joe Joyce fight, man, that really didn't change anything. At the end of the day, I would say if I was Deontay Wilder, that would be who I want to fight. It's just that simple. Whoever the winner was, you should want to make that fight happen. And I just really hope I just really hope that that fight does get made. I hope it happens because you know what? It's time now. If the dude not beat Drew Joyce up like that, it's time to see what Deontay Wilder can do against him. They keep saying we want to see Deontay Wilder versus Usyk. We want to see Tyson Fury versus Usyk. We want to see all these different fights, man. Give your boy Deontay Wilder a shot at that. See what we can do. Because let's be honest, man, the heavyweight division has been a total wasteland for the last probably about last 15 years. It's been an absolute wasteland. So I really don't even care about the heavyweight division that much. I mean, I like to watch some of the fights on there, but I'm not going crazy about it. But this what I will tell you, man. When we get this Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia fight, this is going to change boxing. This is going to be one of them fights where you're going to be like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that these guys made this fight. Because guess what Ryan said? He said, after I stop Tank, I'm gonna beat your boy Ryan. I'm gonna go ahead and beat your boy Devin Haney. I mean, I keep hearing Devin Haney talk about fighting Loma, and I see him taking Loma very lightly. At the end of the day, man, Loma is an excellent fighter. He's a terrific fighter. So there's no reason to take him lightly because I honestly believe Loma's gonna win this fight. Because guess what? Loma's been in there with these big fights. And it's just like he don't get the credit. He fought Teofimo Lopez. He fought Gary Russell Jr. I mean, Loma has fought the best of the best. This is Devin's first time. Let's be honest here. This is his first time fighting a live dog. He beat a old Linares, and really nobody was ever high on Jojo Diaz once he was beat by Gary Russell Jr. And to be honest, when he beat Tevin Farmer, at 130, I mean, it really wasn't much because we all knew Tevin Farmer was pillow fisted at best. So I'm not trying to take anything away from Tevin Farmer. He was a terrific fighter, but he never had the power. He never had the power to keep guys off of him. So really, Jojo Diaz was almost like a mini tank and ran right through him. So say what you want, man. I'm real proud of Devin Haney for getting this fight. At the end of the day, the guy did go to Australia 2 times and win the fight in very boring fashion. I'll be honest, it was he didn't let his hands go. I don't understand like why people think somebody want to see you just box and move around, and not bring the fight to the guy. But that's just me. I mean, you don't have to agree with me on that, but I tell you what, man, I'm just excited about this whole new year coming in boxing, man. It's been nothing but great fight after great fight after great fight. And just think, man, you got a whole new player now. With I think his name is Zan, or I can't think of his name, the guy that just beat Joe Joyce. We got a whole new player out there now. And it's gonna be super exciting for us, man. Salute to my man GD. He said I think Devin needs to punish Loma, stop him or make him quit. Cause I don't think Bob or his judges will give Devin the decision in the fight. You know what? That's an excellent point. That's a terrific point because really, at the end of the day, Loma is actually getting treated almost as if he's the champion. So when you get in that fight, I'm really hoping that Devin Haney brings his best. And I'll be honest, Devin Haney really did an excellent job when he fought George Kebab or Cambosos, whatever you call that bozo. He went in there and did a great job against that dude, beating him, um, being first to the punch. I mean, and honestly, think about it. He beat Devin Haney beat this kid with a jab. But I will say the second fight, I did see him letting his hands go a little bit more. He looked pretty good. I'll just tell you this, man. Devin Haney is just a great fighter. He has a lot of talent. Youngest undisputed lightweight champion. Actually, the first lineal champion at the lightweight division since the great Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker. So if you're in the same breath as Pernell Whitaker, man, you really are doing something in a major way. Hey, and I'll tell you this: as great as Pernell Whitaker was, remember my man Oscar De La Hoya came in there and beat him to death. So say what you want, man. I guarantee you, people said when Oscar fought Pernell Whitaker back in the day, they said he had no chance. And guess what? Oscar came out there with the victory. I mean, I think it was a split decision. It doesn't matter how we get it; it's about getting it. But I'm telling you, Devin Haney is going to make a grave mistake if he go into that fight and doesn't do what he got to do against Lomachenko because Lomachenko is no can. Lomachenko has fought a lot of great fighters, man. People don't understand, man, that how great it's been. Salute to my man, Carl Nash TV. Hey, I tell you what, man, I'm just super excited about what's going on in boxing, man, because I tell you, for too long, we have not been getting the fights that we wanted, and we getting them now. You just seen Sugar Shakur beat Yoshi for Mario, so it's just exciting, man. It's just very exciting. Salute to Miss Just Do. It's a little late for me and the baby to be up, but I'm just here to show some love and smash the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's as we all know, it's a whole grind to do this YouTube thing, but it's kind of funny. Everybody creators, we're almost like family. We all talk, we all see each other, support each other's chats. And I tell you what, coming up when Tank and Ryan get in this fight, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna tell you something that let me know this fight was huge. So I'm at a family function earlier today, and a cat who really don't watch sports was like, "Yeah, I heard that Tank is fighting that Ryan Garcia dude from what he say from he said from Instagram." I said, "Yeah, he's fighting him." So it's super exciting, man. And he said, "Yes." Shout out to my man Markel Nash TV. He said, "Yes, sir. Haven't seen Andre mix it up yet, but it should happen this year." Um, just do salute. Hey, I tell you what, man. It's funny because Demetrius Andre, when he came out the amateurs, was the number one prospect. He was the number one fighter coming out of that group. And really did a I don't believe he made the Olympics, but he did a wonderful job, in Olympic tryouts and stuff. So Demetrius Andrade is very slick, very nice left hand, left southpaw fighter, beautiful fighter, great ring IQ. But what does he always do? He takes his foot off the gas. And I tell you what, I've never been a fan of fighters like that. You up on the cars, then you want to coast, man. Come on, bro, get him out of there. Get him out of there. The one thing I will say I do have a lot of respect for when it comes to Tank Davis is Tank Davis. If he has opportunity, bro, he's going to get you out of there, bro. He's going to make sure you out of there. And guess what? When he get in there with Ryan, Ryan's going to make sure he's out of here. And hey, salute to my man Markel Nash CB. You absolutely right, bro. Andre is a super front runner. That's all he does. I mean, when he fought Luke Keeler, uh all these bum guys from the UK that he beat up, he was beating them solidly. And guess what? What did he do like he always do? He start coasting, saying, "Oh, well, I got the fight. I'm gonna just coast." And you know what? That's why people say he's boring. That's why people say I don't want to see him fight. And let's just be honest, man. He has a chance to do some Andre Ward stuff. If I'm Demetrius Andrade, whatever you call him, My next fight would be against the Mexican Monster. I would go in there and stop him or beat him. If you beat the Mexican Monster, then all of a sudden you become the silver 168-pound champion at 168. And I guarantee you, when Demetrius Bivol get them belts at 168, he's going to defend them. So I can't wait to see it, man. I said, oh, it's Mark. Okay, my bad. Not Markel. I don't know. See, when I see the Q, I think Markel. My bad, bro. But I say this though, Mark. I'm excited about boxing, man. It's been a long time since I've seen so many guys going out here daring to be great, doing what they got to do to be great. Because you know what, everybody keep talking about back in the day, you had your Sugar Ray Leonards, Marvin Hagler. We all heard Uncle Bob, Marvin Hagler, Hearns, blah blah blah. Man, I don't care about them old dudes, man. I want to see these young fighters get in here and mix it up now. I want to see guys get in there and let's see some blood, man. Let's see somebody get their head knocked in. That's what I want to see. Salute to my man Mark. Said, man of his fights. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. If he fights, Andre fights David. Next, nobody will be able to deny him. You know what? And see, that's the thing. I don't know if guys remember. That's why it's so important to know your history in boxing. When Andre Ward, was looking for a big fight, all the Triple G's fans said, "No, man, forget Triple G. Go fight somebody else. Leave him alone." Pretty much. And he went up there and he fought Sergey Kovalev, who was knocking fools out. People forget Sergey, the Crusher Kovalev, was an absolute monster, bro. He was an absolute monster. And what happened? Demetrius Andre went up there, and on top of that, he went and almost took a nap. He went and hit the canvas immediately in the first. I think it was the first or second round. He hit the canvas, and then what did he do? He proceeded to beat him systematically to death. Just straight beat him. Slick fighter, beat him. And then when they fought again the second time, what did he do? He knocked him out. So at the end of the day, Demetrius Andre has all those tools. He has everything you need to be a great fighter. It'd be up to him to put the work in. It'd be up to him to find out, does he have what it takes to make it happen. And that's the thing about boxing, man. A lot of these fighters, man, they don't have the intestinal fortitude to go in there and make something happen. At the end of the day, dude, people will talk about Muhammad Ali, but guess what? Muhammad Ali's first opportunity was against Sonny Liston, Charles Liston. People don't know about Charles Liston. This brother was in there with the mob, big fighter, beat Floyd Patterson to death. And guess what happened? I don't know if they sparred or what, but the great Charles Sonny Liston said, "Okay, I'm gonna get a young kid his opportunity." He went ahead and did, and what happened? You know the rest. He became the youngest heavyweight champion in all time until the great Mike Tyson came and overtook that. So it is what it is, man. He said, I like MFB saying Joe Lewis, my favorite fighter. I like, bro, get off the gas. Um, I'm not sure what that means in that. I'll tell you this: when you talk about somebody like an older fighter like Joe Lewis, man, Joe Lewis did something he called the Bum of the Month tour, where he was fighting a guy every month and knocking him out cold. I mean, the whole reason why you hear the pound for pound list is because during Joe Lewis's reign, the greatest fighter that ever lived, Sugar Ray Robinson, they were saying he's the best fighter. So what did they do? They created what we call now the pound for pound list because people wanted to recognize Sugar Ray Robinson as the greatest. They say he was better than Joe Lewis. If they were the same size, same weight, people thought um, Sugar Ray Robinson would knock Joe Lewis out. I don't know about that. I'll say this because Joe Lewis was slow, but Joe Lewis, man, I think he beat Smelling. He beat a lot of dudes, man. He was a monster for his time. Salute to my man Mark said the Joe Lewis comment goes with the previous comment. But I'll tell you this, man. It's so much to do in boxing. You got so many young fighters out here. You got so many young guys that say they want to be great. Everybody want to wear the chains. Everybody want to have that whole new thing they got where the kids walk, where the guys walking around pigeon toed like Tommy Pickles from Rugrats, with they tight jeans on and their little chains. Everybody want to do that. But at the end of the day, man, you got to put them fights in. That's how you become a legend. Not off what you think you are. It's about what you do in the ring. You said does Joe Joyce need a new trainer? You know what? I wouldn't say he needs a new trainer. I would say Joe Joyce is just what he is at this point. Joe Joyce is like 34, 35 years old. He's very robotic. He suffers from the same thing that Anthony Joshua suffers from, and that's the fact that the European style is straight up and down. So the straight up and down style doesn't work in the heavyweight division. That straight up and down in and out style works at every other weight class but the heavyweight division because guess what? It keeps you up high with your chin in the air, and when that chin's in the air, guess what? That's a good way to take a nap. You want to take a nap in the middle of the ring, keep that chin in the air, and that's exactly what happens when you do that. But I think either way it goes, man. What's next for Zayn is this: if I'm Zayn, I'm calling Deontay Wilder's name immediately. I'm calling out. I'm calling out Anthony Joshua. Actually who I think would be a good fight, and I just thought about that when we just were saying it. He need to call out Dillian White. He call out Dillian White. Tell Dillian White, let's fight. Whatever I need to do, I'll do. Beat Dillian White, and then hopefully get the Joshua Wilder winner or whatever. Get one of them guys in the ring, and then go from there. But his next fight should be against Dillian White. That would be a huge fight to O2. Get some more of them UK fans on his side. Because I believe that Zhang or Jang, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's from Jersey, so he's from here, Chinese dude. So he's from here, so he should have plenty of guys to fight. It's gonna be great. You said, hold on, Ismail Summers might be overrated as a trainer. Sorry, I know it's unpopular opinion. Uh, I wouldn't say he's overrated. I would just say I don't know, man. You really never know. I could just say his fighters do come in there prepared. They do come in there prepared. But at the end of the day, it's just like that strength and conditioning coach Larry Wade. Every time Larry Wade is training a fighter, their conditioning looks great, but they always lose. So at the end of the day, man, it's a results business. I don't care how you look, man. It's about going in there and getting a win, bro. Don't nobody care that you got that you in shape, bro. Who cares? Did you win or did you lose? Salute to my man Mark said Ugas and Joy stood in front of their opponents like heavy bags and got stopped due to injuries, prepared to beat up. Hey, and that's what it is, man. I would say this. In Ugas's case, he really was just overmatched. I mean, Errol Spence looked very sharp. He looked very motivated. He looked like he was in there to make a statement. And that's exactly what the kid did. I mean, only thing I didn't like in that fight was that Errol Spence spit that mouthpiece out on some goofball stuff. I don't know what that was about. But I mean, like you said, they stood in front of their opponent and just got pummeled. And I'll be honest here, a lot of people wouldn't have took what Ugas took. Ugas, I believe, had a broken orbital bone, a broken rib. I mean, and just getting beat like that, man, getting beat like you stole something like that, that can't be easy for the body, man. Can you imagine getting beat to death? You like she probably was in the bed for about 2 weeks. I know his eye was draining real bad, so I mean, he paid a heavy cost, man. He paid a heavy cost for standing in front of his opponent. And I tell you what, your boy Joe Joyce did the same. I like Larry Wade, but hold on. His specialty is track and field, not boxing. See, facts, man. That's an absolute fact. Larry Wade, I have your guy ready to run the triathlon, and anybody know that's probably the hardest race in the Olympics. Yeah, have you ready? But when it come to boxing, when he trained Luis Ortiz, King Kong Ortiz, Luis Ortiz looked kind of great, but he still got knocked out. I mean, that dude Water knocked all the Soul Glow and gel and all that stuff out his S curl. I mean, he grew a nice little S curl fade and got all of it knocked out on the ring. So I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter if you in shape, bro. If you lose, at the end of the day, you got to step your boxing game up. And I would say if I'm Zhang or Gang, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. If I'm the Chinese fella, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna go call up Dillian White and ask Dillian White, can I get a fight? And if he can't get him, go fight Jermaine Franklin. I mean, it's a lot of fights out there in the heavyweight division. Andy Ruiz is out there. It's a bunch of guys out there. At the end of the day, man, the same thing that we keep saying about boxing remains to be very, very true to this day. Is that you know what, man? we got to get people to fight each other. My man Deontay Water said it best, but don't forget to smash the like button for you, man. Please, guys. Let everybody, let YouTube know that we here having some great boxing conversations. We enjoying ourselves because you know what? That's one of the things I love about boxing, man. You have a hard day at work. You get to watch a couple guys, beat the life out of each other, man. And you say, ah, man, this is a good weekend. And that's what you get, and that's what you're supposed to do on these weekends, man, is recharge. And that's what I do, man. I recharge on my boxing, man. You saw all these track and field guys doing strength and conditioning and boxing be getting their guys beat up. Hey, it's just that simple, man, because this is not a bodybuilding contest. This is none of that. Salute to my man Undercard Boxing, man. My man said Zhang versus Fury. Fury would beat the life out of that kid, man. He would, you know what, Fury would beat him. You ever get a good whooping from your grandmother? It'd be one of them whoopings like you get from your grandmother. Like if you stole all her purse or something. That's what he would get beat like. I mean, I tell you what, man, people say what they want about the Gypsy King. He got his issues as we all do. But the brother is a terrific, terrific fighter. I love to watch him fight. I love his ring IQ. And think about it. Even without the great Sugar Hill, he's still been on his game, beating fools to death. So it's just exciting, man. Oh, here we go. My man Undercard want to cut somebody down, said the drug cheat stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, he said a lot of the stuff pounding on your joints is bad for your knees. You're absolutely right, bro. Um, my man said, so why he has to cheat? I don't know. He said knees. I feel you. But you know what? When it come to this boxing game, man, it's the wild, wild west. It's really just people do what they want to do. It's been that way for I don't know how long. The only reason why you don't have the American Mafia in the boxing game is because Muhammad Ali, when he became champion, loosened the grip on those, loosened the grip, and Muhammad Ali was never on a take from the mob. So, my man, God rest his soul, Charles Sonny Liston, he was a mob fighter, and the mob controlled him. So he did what they said and did as they said. But the great Customato and Muhammad Ali did a terrific job by just getting they cleaned up the sport of boxing in a major way. I tell you what, the funny thing though about boxing is it shows the whole we're now never going to get Virgil Ortiz versus Jerron Boots Ennis. And guess why we're not getting that fight, family? Because what? Because now Virgil Ortiz has protein in his blood from doing all that freaking weight cutting. So now we never gonna get this fight. My man said, I was born in Nash County in the ATL now. Hey, salute to the ATL, man. I love the ATL, man. I love Bankhead, Buckhead. I love the South Side, love the Southeast. I mean, Atlanta's a beautiful city, bro. Everybody that's not from Atlanta, we all love to come there and enjoy the scenery. It's a great thing, man. Hold on, I think I'm missing some. I'm missing a couple. My bad. He said, "What up to my man Undercard?" And he said, "Fury need to be banned from boxing." That's complete cap. You sound like a professional hater saying that, bro. That kid's terrific. Um, then he said, "Nashville TV was good." He said, "Undercard." Okay, I see y'all talking between each other. And he said, "I heard something. Listen, took a dive." You know what? There's a big debate about that. I don't know if that to be true, but there's been a big debate about that. He said I wouldn't get the big fights. Hold on. We won't get the big fights too because over marinating. Hey, you know what? That's a absolute truth, man. Too many guys, man, they always talking about they want to fight the marinate. And guess what, man? Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz should have fought right away, and it would have been crazy because Virgil would have smashed Boots. He would have beat Boots to death. He would have beat his boots off of him. Like you ever see somebody get beat so bad their shoes fall off? That's a beating, man. I think he would have really beat that kid, but for whatever reason, Robert Garcia didn't feel like it was needed. They didn't feel like he was ready. They said some crazy stuff like I'll see him at 48 months. And if you've seen Virgil Ortiz is a big guy. He's like 5'10, 5'11. That's a big guy for that weight division. So the fact that he was in this weight division all this time and this kid wasn't able to get the fight. That's what's wrong with boxing. If you want to know the problem with boxing, these guys are not fighting enough. That's why a guy like Keyshawn Davis got my full respect, because Keyshawn Davis seems to be fighting every 6 weeks. He ain't scared to do what he got to do. Uh, my man said, and fans reward over marinating. You absolutely right. My man said BBO wants someone to die before we make changes. That's absolutely cap. You said only in only in your dreams, BBO. Then he said facts. Ali Rivera versus Martin. They didn't sit on that for 5 years. Hey, you absolutely right. And think about this. Michelle Rivera is a complete drug cheat, but Michelle Rivera went after that fight. He said, "Hey, I want to fight Frank Martin now. I want to fight Frank Martin now." He didn't say maybe. He said right now. So got to get a brother credit for that. You said what do you say? Top rank keeping their prospects active. Uh, he's a prospect. They supposed to fight every 2 weeks. At the end of the day, man, when Mike Tyson was coming up, in the early '80s, man, he probably was fighting about every 6 weeks because he was knocking guys out cold. So they just put him right back in the ring. Deontay Wilder is another fighter that they did the same thing with. They kept that guy active because he wasn't really getting no rounds. So we'll see what happens, man. My man said, salute to my man Mark Nash. What do you say? Keyshawn probably fight again before any of the the Russell brothers. That's super true right there. I don't know what those bums are doing. Um, then my man said Ali wanted the Tank fight, and then he said 20 fights in 1 year. You know what? At the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna tell you guys something that people don't understand. If you want to be great, you can do just that. If you want to go out there and make something happen, you can do just that. I mean, Mike Tyson is a prime example of a guy, who really he got into boxing young. He had the great custom model training. But guess what Mike Tyson was? Mike Tyson wanted it. Mike Tyson wanted to be great. Mike Tyson took all those fights early on, became the youngest heavyweight champion at 20 years old. And that's because he did what he had to do to make it happen. You got a lot of guys like you got Big Baby who just said, "Hey, I want Joe Joyce." Guess what? I think Big Baby should get Joe Joyce now coming off a loss. I mean, and that's just my opinion on it, but that's just me. Salute to my man. He said, "Bebo, next time I gotta do a live call in to join the panel. Respect. Do what you're doing. Matter of fact, bro, I'll drop the link, my guy. I'll drop the link, my guy. BBO is the most avoided man on YouTube. I keep a lot of bums talk crazy but don't want to come. So I'm gonna drop the link. Come right on up here, brother. That's what I'm here for. Because you know what? I love the sport, man. And there's no right or wrong answers, man. I learned years ago, man. You're never gonna have all the answers. All you gotta do is just tell me what you see. I tell you what I see, and we can discuss together as brothers. Wrong, right, or indifferent, man. We can come together as brothers and move on from there. So when it comes to me, the whole boxing conversation, there is no right or wrong answers. Like I'll probably tell you this, I'm probably the only guy I ever heard talking about Ryan Garcia. And at the end of the day, it's 2 to 1 odds, man. It's 2 to 1 odds. So I'm gonna probably double my money once your boy Tank goes to bed. Hold on 1 second. Salute to my man Mark. What's up with you, my brother? What's up, brother?
What's poppin', my G? How you?
I'm doing good, man. So what's on your mind, man? What you thinking about?
Oh shoot, man. Just chopping it up with you about some boxing, man. What you think of Michaela Mayer's performance, man? Did you see that card?
I seen it, man. I tell you what, I love to watch it, man. But you know what? It's just like she's just not no finisher, man. It's the same old. It's the same old thing that it's the same thing that it's the same thing that like with Fondor. The things that we keep saying these guys need to work on, they're refusing to do it. And then look what we get. We get these poop performances, man. So it's just the same thing, man. It's the same thing over and over. Nobody seems to be working on their skill. What did you think about that?
Shoot, I thought that girl she fought, if that girl was had more pop, she probably could have hurt Michaela because Michaela kept getting hit with that left hook all night.
Flush.
She was hit. She was getting hit with that. She was getting hit with right hand. She was rushing in. She was getting timed with the jab. She wasn't moving her head. Like, yeah, just a lot of fundamental mistakes. Same thing with Fundora, like you said. Same thing with what's his name? Joe Joyce.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
like
same
these
thing we've been
guys,
talking about.
like, yeah, that stuff works when you fighting lower level opposition. I don't like to use the word bums. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because a bum will beat you up in real life. But I will say professional sparring partners or lower opposition. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But yeah, man, you fighting when you start fighting top better composition, people. Yeah, man, you're gonna run into some problems, and we seen what happened with her. Bumgarner was able to time her, hit her with
yeah,
enough power shots, and yeah, she. I don't think she lost. I mean, she won that Bumgarner fight. I had Bumgarner beating her.
yeah. But isn't it funny how the same things we talk about with these boxers we keep seeing over and over again? Like when we seen Jerron Ennis when he fought Karen. Don't get me wrong, Karen did not come to fight. I'll say that first. Karen did not come to fight. But guess what? When he got in that fight, you see him turn himself all the way around. You see him punching wildly. You see him not listening to the corner. You just basically seen him act like an idiot. And I'm telling you, man, these guys gotta understand if you want to be great at this sport, you got to take more than just 1, 2 fights a year. Who are you to take one fight a year? Who are you to do that? I mean, I understand if you're Floyd Mayweather, if you fighting, but even Floyd fought at least twice a year. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, man, these young guys are not active enough, and we keep seeing it in the ring. We keep seeing it in the ring, where guys are looking sloppy, guys looking like they're not what they should be. I mean, what you think about that, man? What you think about these guys not improving their craft or taking their craft serious the way that we've seen it in the past?
I agree. I agree. A lot of these guys, like you said, they want the Mayweather lifestyle, but they don't want to do the work.
I
And
mean,
they blow, and there's too many guys blowing up in between weights. Like, there's no way. None of these dudes, for the most part, are fighting nowhere even near their weight. You see these guys in between fights.
hmm
They look like they 2, 3 divisions higher. Like, I think this photo came out of Terrence Crawford the other day, and everybody was surprised at how well he looked. He was all chiseled up, and they was like, "Damn, he looked like he ready to fight right now." That should
yeah,
not be like an anomaly where we seeing guys like, "Damn, man, he look like he in shape right now." That's a big deal. That was breaking news on like 5 different YouTube channels. Yeah, the YouTube daddies. I like to call them YouTube daddies because they tell most of these fans what they supposed to think. Their YouTube daddy told them what to think.
hey,
And
I'm,
you see a guy like Terrence Crawford in shape like that, you're like, damn, this dude ripped up. He like he ready to fight. That should not be surprising to us.
he lives a fighter lifestyle. I'm gonna tell you something funny about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has fought nothing but mandatories. Only guy I seen him really beat that I thought was a monster was Victor Prostyle. And I will say when he fought Gamboa, that was a great fight because I seen a lot of guys lead the division because of Terrence Crawford. But I'll tell you this, man. In boxing, these guys are just not taking they sports serious like they should. Hold on, let me read a couple of these comments. My man undercard in boxing said boo to the future star at welterweight. Um, and then my man said Canelo fight twice, two or one or fight. But you know what? You can't compare Canelo. Canelo has the best resume in boxing. I know people don't like Canelo, because he doesn't fight everybody that they think he should or they want him to. But guess what? I seen Canelo be a very, very sturdy Austin Trout. I don't know if you remember that fight, Mark. When he beat Austin Trout was a monster. And then he went right in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. So I don't get where all this Canelo hate come from. What you think about that, bro? I don't understand where all that comes from. Salute to my man Bruce. Salute to you, my G. He said, my man said saluting Bruce. He's saluting back. He lost the fight. I'll tell you this, man. I'm just excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see more great fights, man. And that's what I need, man. You need to see more great fights. You need to see these guys do what they gotta do to make these fights happen. Because at the end of the day, man, that's what we come to see, man. We come to see guys get it on in the ring, man. And too many times people don't want to do that. So we're gonna see this whole fight coming up with Jerron Ennis. I mean not Jerron Ennis with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. And we're gonna really get to see who's what and see what's what. And it's gonna be great for the division. It's gonna be great for boxing. Um it's just so funny because too many times I feel like in boxing, man, you just got people, kind of thinking with their feelings and not off what's real. What's real is this. We probably gonna get the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight, but guess what? It's not what it would have been 3 years ago. We're going to get that fight probably, but it's not what it was. I like the fact that Tank and Ryan right now at the absolute prime, their peaks, are saying, "Let's do what we got to do." Um, I'm just excited, bro, because too many times in boxing, man, we haven't seen guys go out for it, go for the gusto, man. Do what you got to do to make it happen. Do you guys realize this, man? That that kid Andre Ward went up there, won a Super Six tournament, and after that, which would be probably a highlight to most fighters, the Super Six. After he won a Super Six, that's what that kid went, and then he went and fought Kovalev twice, and Kovalev was pound for pound. Kovalev was beating guys to death. You remember what he did to Chad Dawson, and you remember what he did to my man B Hop. This dude was a monster, was a world beater. And guess what? Your boy Andre Ward stopped him. And really, I'm telling you, Andre Ward don't get enough credit for that. Andre Ward took on those tough fights, and we always remember him. I heard Tank Davis say he's a legend. From what? Who did he beat? Who did he beat to make him a legend? Because he's talented, he's a legend. Cut the cap, man. Cut the games. These kids throw away the word legend around like it's nothing, bro. Legend is something to be earned. When you talk about, let's talk about basketball in this aspect, because everybody knows it. You don't get a LeBron James without the work. You don't get a Muhammad Ali without the work. You don't get a Sugar Ray Leonard but without the work. You just don't. And at the end of the day, man, I couldn't believe that Tank was so arrogant talking about he's a legend. Who did you beat, man? Who did you fight to make you a legend? Come on now. You a legend? Off what? Off who? Now, if Tank was somehow, which I highly doubt, if some way, I don't know, say if the ocean was the boil and Tank was able to beat King Rye and then beat Sugar Shakur and then beat Loma, because Loma's gonna beat Devin Haney. And then I would say, okay, maybe you might be considered a great fighter, a good fighter, a legend. But to say you a legend because you beat a couple decent guys, the best guy on Tank Davis's resume is Leah Santa Cruz, who came up 3 divisions. So and then he came up to 130 to fight you. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from Tank, but I'm just saying this smug attitude that these fighters have, where they feel like they're entitled, where they feel like, oh, I'm this and I'm that. Of what, Holmes? What did you do to earn that? What did you do to earn this great this great champion stuff that you screaming? At the end of the day, man, when it comes to boxing, man, you got to earn that stuff in the ring. When we talk about all the great fighters of yesteryear, it's because of what they did in the ring. Do you know why we talk about Ali, man? Ali's been gone for what? Since 2016? Almost 8 years, man. I mean about almost 7 years. 7, 8 years, something like that. And guess what? You know why we remember Ali? Because you know what? Ali took all the tough fights. Ali did what he had to do. Ali took fights he didn't have to take. The reason people remember Floyd Mayweather is because Floyd, not only did he beat the Corrales, did he beat Arturo Gotti's, did he beat what's my man's name? Super Judas, the Oscar De La Hoyas, the Andre Bertos, the Sugar Shane Mosley. I mean, he beat Sugar Shane Mosley off his best performance. Sugar Shane Mosley was coming off his best performance when he fought him. And you know what's so funny? This is a little conspiracy theory of mine. I always wonder why Floyd waited to fight Andre Berto once he had already lost. I don't know what that's about. Maybe y'all could tell me. Maybe I'm missing something in that aspect. I always wonder why Floyd waited till Andre Berto lost the fighting. Or I always wonder why he had a signed contract with Winky Wright and never made the fight at 154. So at the end of the day, man, everybody want these fighters to be Superman. I don't think that's possible. I hear people talk about, oh yeah, Canelo wanna Canelo need to go ahead, pardon me, Canelo need to go ahead there and fight the Mexican monster, who I think he would stop at this point. Not saying at some point David Benavidez won't get better and improve, and it might be closer, but I just see if they was a fight right now, I just believe that Canelo would stop David because David was getting beat up the first 6 rounds. But as we all know, Caleb Plant doesn't have a gas tank. So Caleb Plant got in the ring, looked beautiful, fought smart, fought real tough like he did Canelo. I mean, it was almost like a carbon copy of that, where he, bought out the is doing all the heavy lifting, doing some great work, and then he got tired as he does. Then he got beat up. And if he didn't have Kenny Bayless as a referee, he would have got out of there early. Kenny Bayless loves slick fighters. Kenny Bayless loves to give slick fighters all the chances in the world, and that's what you seen happen in that case. So he pretty much saved that kid from getting stopped. And I tell you what, man, that's the funny thing about boxing, man. People don't understand, bro, that hey, you gotta go out there and earn this stuff, man. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing in boxing, bro. You gotta really do what you gotta do to make that stuff happen. And that's the problem we get too much in. It's really not just a boxing thing, it's a society thing where people feel like they owe something. Man, don't nobody owe you nothing, man. One of the worst things you can ever do in life is feel like you're entitled to something. One of the worst things you can do in life is feel like somebody owes you something or somebody should give you something because you say, hey, but I tell you this, we got some big fights coming up, man. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see this David Benavidez. I mean, not David Benavidez. I can't wait to see that Canelo's next fight versus Ryder. See what he's gonna do, man. Because at the end of the day, Canelo's running out of people to fight. So at some point, man, he's gonna have to put them belts on the line versus somebody that matters. I don't think he should be fighting Bivol. I think Bivol's gonna wash him again. I like how Bivol said, if we do fight again, it's gonna be at 168 because I want an opportunity to become a two-division world champion. And you know what? That's exciting to even hear somebody say, you know what, hey man, I want to be a two-division world champion. I want to do what I gotta do. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that. And you gotta have something in it for yourself. You can't always worry about everybody else. You gotta have something in there for yourself. So I'm excited about that fight. I mean, I tell you this, bro. I'm just excited about what's going on in boxing. To see Joe Joyce get beat up like that when I didn't expect it. I mean, I tell you what, I'm glad I didn't put no money on that fight because if I did, I would have left broke. I would have left broke, and that's just that simple. Salute to my man, Prize Fighter, man.
What's good
What's
with
up
you,
with you,
man?
bro?
Ain't
Oh,
nothing, man.
nothing, man. Just
Shout out
talking this
BVL
boxing.
Nation. Y'all smashed the like for us, man. We caught fire the other day.
Yeah, we did, man. We really did. We was like your boy J.R. Smith, man. We turned white hot
Yeah.
for a second.
Right.
So what's been on your mind, man? What did you think about that Joyce fight? Did you see that?
No, I ain't see the fight, but from what you was telling me, that wasn't good for Joe Joyce to get beat up by that big Chinese man, but it happened. I think Joe Joyce ain't nothing but a gatekeeper, and that's it for him.
Yeah, he's like 34, 35 years old at this point, man. There's nothing
How
that
old is
that
that
guy can
Chinese
do.
man?
Let
How
me
old
let
that
me
boy
look it
is?
up. I'm gonna look it up. I don't know. Let me look it up.
I heard of him, but I ain't really pay him no mind too much like that, man. Shout out everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
Shout out Blue Card.
I don't know, man. Let me look it up. What's his name? Zhang? Yeah. Wow. I tell you what, the heavyweight division, the so funny thing about the heavyweight division, man, it's always the oldest division there is, bro. He's 6'6", he's
The
39
heavy
years
division.
old. He's
He
40
what?
years old, bro. He's 40 years old. He's 39
Wow.
years old. Hold
Wow.
on 1 second. Let me grab a water.
Wow. That's crazy. You didn't let that 39-year-old man jump on him like that. Joe Joyce should be ashamed. But I ain't see the fight, so I ain't gonna speak on it too much because I ain't see the fight. Shout
Yeah,
out Joe Joyce, man. He come to fight. He come to fight at least.
yeah, he definitely do, man. But I tell you this though, he came to fight. Just fighting. It's the same thing we've been talking about. Same thing I talked about with Fendora. Not having any defense, bro. That's not smart. Not to have any defense.
Yeah, we done said that before already.
I mean,
Some of them boys is be coming forward. They'll get hit 3 or 4 times just so they can give off one of theirs, man. That's why I like what I like.
Oh yeah, that's why you like them slick boxes, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. If I want to get a good sleep fest, like like when we watched that Loma versus Devin Haney fight, we gonna get some good rest.
Now that fight, man, I'm telling you, Dev it's gonna take a couple of rounds to figure out Lomachenko, and then Dev gonna do what he do.
Yeah,
But
he gonna pillow fight him to death. You ever seen
Dev
that
got to
that
put some hurt
professional
on this
pillow
boy.
fighting?
He got to
Huh?
put some hurt. I said Dev got to put some hurt on Loma. I want him to make it clear, cut, no way, no dispute, no split, no majorities, nothing like that. I want Dev to go in here and beat him up, get him out of the way, so we can see what's next. Because Dev said he was staying, and he got some good fights at lightweight.
I want to see them fights, man. I tell you what, it's kind of funny how you don't see Devin Haney being how he usually is with Sugar Shakur. I don't know. He seemed real quiet when it comes to Sugar Shakur because usually whenever Devin Haney gets a challenge, what's the first thing out of his mouth? Will fight me. Let's make this fight. Let's make it happen. It don't seem like in this case, I could be wrong. In this case, it don't seem like he want to make this fight happen, man. I don't understand. I don't
Well,
understand. Ain't that what he said he wanted?
I mean, that's what he said he was going to do. So we got to see what the kid, the kid been doing everything that he said he was going to do. So we got to see what he's going to do. He got to get past, Lomachenko, which ain't going to be a walk in the park like everybody think, even including myself. But I still think Devin comes out and wins. But after that, the kid got some good options. You got Shakur right there. Is
Hmm.
Bob going? I believe does he got one more fight or is this his last fight
This
with
is
Top
last
Rank?
fight. This is
Okay, so
last
he
fight.
got this is his last fight with Top Rank. Is he gonna re-up with Top Rank because he can make some fights over there? He can make a fight with Shakur Stevenson, you
Hmm.
know, and then we'll see what happens. Or if he fights Tank next, I don't know. But I feel like them three are gonna fight each other next once Ryan and Loma out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the thing I'm asking you. So I hear people keep talking about Tank, but what happens when he's coming off a loss, man? Is he still gonna be the hot commodity? What do you guys think?
He's still gonna be the hottest commodity because everybody gonna want to know what's it gonna happen. What's gonna be? First, it's gonna be a rematch. So
Right.
you're not finna go in there and just beat Tank and just run off with it. With that on your resume, you're gonna have to run that fade back. That's gonna happen. But I like I said, I don't see him losing. I don't see Devin losing. And the real three kings, Loma, ain't one of them.
I think.
Ryan ain't one of them. It's
What about?
Shakur,
Uh huh.
Devin. It's Shakur, Devin, and Javante. And then we got to see what Frank Martin can do. He looked like he's gonna be good too. So
You don't think Teofimo was one of the kings, man?
yeah, but Teofimo's at 140 now, so he's out. I'm talking about the current state of
Oh, okay,
135. I could have said
okay,
Regis. Anybody could have been whoever, but right
yeah.
now the three kings in the lightweight division is Shakur, Devin, and Tank. We need to see them fights
Well, let me ask you this, man. What do you think about people not putting Teofimo Lopez as undisputed, man? What do you think about that?
because he's not. Because we already had this conversation. The WBC just did what they wanted to do and confused all the fans, all the casual fans. They didn't fool any hardcore fans.
But let me
I
ask
seen
you
a
this.
couple interviews where a couple other YouTubers was on Mauricio ass. So
Hmm.
I seen that. So and shout out to them. Um, but the WBC came in making up rules and confused the casual fans. And then what made me mad is the hardcore fans try to act like they didn't know what was going on. They try to play dumb to it, knowing what they did. So that's
But
why
then
he's
they
not
make
on the
then they
list.
make that belt the super belt. Then they make the
Nah,
franchise
that belt
belt
was
pretty much the super belt.
he said it was non-transferable, didn't he? He said you can't win it. It's a status, right? It's a trophy. It's
Hmm.
not a it's not a belt. It's not a title. It's not a you know like the IBF or the WBO. It's not that. It's something that they
Yeah.
made up on the fly to confuse everybody. But some of the other fans that knew what was going on, the hardcore fans try to act like, oh well, this is undisputed. Joe Tessitore and ESPN get up there promoting the fight is undisputed, and his name ain't on the list, bro. You can go find the list. And the list got it from who, and I believe it's in order, starting off
Hmm.
with Bernard Hopkins. So he's
Yeah.
not on the list. I'm not saying he can't bang. Yo, Tio can fight. We're gonna see what he got. What he gonna do against Josh, but he never was undisputed. So let's make that clear. Y'all hardcore fans, y'all know he never was undisputed.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you say, so I get what you're saying. I respect that. You said he was never undisputed. But let me ask you this. So can you say there's been a better guy as far as making big fights than Teofimo under 147?
Um, he probably because he's popular, so probably nobody probably made bigger fights, but because he's popular. But Teofimo Lopez is in 140 now, and he got a big fight on his hand, and Josh Taylor. So
So if he beat, so let me ask you this. So Teofimo, he beat Loma. So after he beat Loma, what if he goes and beats Josh Taylor? What does that make Teofimo?
man, Teofimo Lopez is right back where where we thought the takeover. The takeover is officially back on. You go out there and whoop Josh, especially if he stopped Josh or just like beat him up. Yeah, man, he gonna be going crazy. His pop, man, they gonna be wilding, bro.
His dad, man, I tell you what, man, his dad is in a way, man, people don't agree with me on this, but I feel like his dad kind of holding him back, bro.
Their
What do you
dad's a
think, man?
mess, man. I seen him in the interview with damn who he's with. He's with another dude.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. He looked like he needed to stop drinking and snorting, and allegedly, I say that, but TLC looked like he was on one, dog. You heard?
Yeah, he did. He did seem pretty ready to
You know
go,
what
man.
interview I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who was he with? Who was that other?
Uh,
I forget. It's slipping my mind.
well, I ain't gonna. It's another YouTuber, so I ain't gonna bring his name up, but
It
it
was
was
another
just,
YouTuber.
yeah.
No, it was a YouTuber asking him the question, but he was with somebody else. That dude wasn't a YouTuber.
Oh, I don't know who that news dude was, but I know you're talking about. But I know the YouTuber was asking all those main questions, man. But I tell you what, man, Teofimo's dad, man, he just is a horrible trainer, man. I remember hearing dude tell his son, "Get that bum out of here." I'm thinking, how? How do I get that bum out of here? I think we lost my man, prize fighter, man. But that's cool, man. We gonna cook a little bit longer, man. But I'll tell you this: the funny thing about this whole boxing game is you see so many fighters, man, who don't get the proper coaching, and you see how it just brings their whole game down. It really does, man. It's just crazy how that go, man. Their whole game never be what it could be because they don't do it what it takes to be great. Um, I don't know what happened, man. I think you
I mean,
just hot,
I
man.
hit the button by accident. I'm doing too much. Yeah.
But no, I was just laughing, thinking to myself, like, it's funny how that goes in boxing, man. These cats, man, they want to make something happen, but those fights out there to be made, man. Because what else can you do? The fights out there to be made. I mean, everybody gets bloody, everybody gets beat up. You remember when Roy Jones was all beat up real bad? I mean, it happens, man. It
Yeah.
happens, man. I think too many of these cats in boxing, man, they got to stop being such cowards, man, and make these big fights, man, because that's what we
Everybody's
want
scared
to
to
see.
lose that O. They were scared to lose that O. Like
I mean,
what I never judge a fighter for losing one rumble, even two. You
hmm
might lose two or three on the way there. You know what I mean? That's
or even
cool.
five.
Now these boys, they lose one fight, boy. These boys need mental health issue. They need counseling. They go on these two, and you don't see them for a minute. Even when they win, you don't see them for a minute. I know it's tough making this adjustment to where these new fighters are, but I'm slowly getting it, because I love boxing so much. It's hard for me to say, you know what, man, screw that. I ain't watching no more fights, man. I'm done. They don't fight nobody. It's hard for me not to be involved. I've been involved for like all my life, so I gotta watch it. But I'm slowly getting, cause these boys only fight once or twice a year. So back in the day, them cats was rumbling a couple times a week. So
Yeah, you
it's
talking about
tough.
the Friday night fight days? It's
Uh,
funny, man. Them days is over, bro.
that's crazy, man.
Them days is over, bro. And when you think about it, it's almost hard to believe, man, that those days is over. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
tough.
I always laugh when people give Pernell Whitaker a hard time. But you know what, man? Sweet Pea fought everybody. He didn't win them all, but he fought everybody. And to think, and I'm telling you, man, that mindset is killing boxing, man. That mindset is killing boxing, man. You're going to lose, man. I think your boy Roy Jones said it best. You can create your resume to where you don't lose. You really can if you want to. But what it takes is going out there and making it happen, bro. That's what
Yeah,
really matters, man.
yeah, I agree with Roy on that. You know, you can like because a lot of these fighters, like Jaime Mugia, fighters like him, he's like 40 something and old. What he 39, 40 something and old, and he been the mandatory forever. You know what I mean? The dude don't even want to fight for a title. When in boxing have you seen a challenge, a mandatory not want to fight for the world title? Because he just wasn't sure, So, you definitely can pad your record for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to cook tonight, man. I'm actually about to go to bed. I'm tired as heck, bro. But I'm glad we was
Yeah,
able to cook a little bit.
a little
But
something, man. It's
because
all
we
good.
only do it twice a week, man. So me
Yeah,
and my man Prize Fighter, man, we coming to you guys live, man, with the greatest shows, man, every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday, man. So
yeah.
y'all don't
Check
want
us
to
out,
miss it,
man,
man.
for
Hit the
sure.
like button, man. We out of here, man. Until next time.
Peace out.